let me know. I think just, Austin, I would say whatever you're doing, obviously keep moving always, but back off a little bit. Don't stretch as, take it down just a little bit. Does that make sense?
Just 1 minute. Okay, we are live now. Feel free to make me co-host. Thanks.
I will. Thank you. Yay. Oh, Barbara, I love the family photo. That's awesome. Hi, Stephanie. I love the pictures in the boxes. So pretty. Oh, and Terry, peace. Oh, Deborah, I thought you were going to be in a parking lot or a park tomorrow, later. Okay. All right. Hi, Babette. Hi, Pam, Nancy, Madge, Ethel, Susan. Hi. Yay. So happy you're all here for Yoga for Beginners technique class. Such a great class. Hi, Stephanie. Oh, you're so pretty in purple. And I love the color of your wall too. I love being invited into people's homes. Thank you. You're so hospitable. Oh, and you have lights too. Come on, you're just showing off now. That's awesome. I love it. I just got done teaching a spin class outside. And even though I had a microphone on, my voice is a little raspy because I got a little bit excited. I had a little bit too much fun. All right. As people are coming on, I will share our slides. All right, everyone. For those of you who don't know, I am Christina, your guide for today. I am a certified yoga, spin, and meditation instructor. And like I just said, I just got done from teaching a spin class outside. It's so beautiful out, a little warm, but still lovely to have that breeze. And here we are for Yoga for Beginners technique class. So excited. I have a background in all of that health and wellness. I was a hairdresser. I am a fundraiser. I am all about coming together as a community and inspiring one another, right? To be our best selves, physically, mentally, psychologically, emotionally, right? That whole being, right? And I'm so grateful for Get Set Up for creating this platform so that people from all over the world can come together, like, and share our passion. So I'm so grateful. Thank you all for showing up. Today's class is Yoga for Beginners. We love this class, right? It's a technique class. So you don't even have to be a beginner because we break down poses. Even if you've been practicing for decades, this is an awesome class to be in, if to really ground into the pose, right? To empower yourself to know the modifications you need to make for poses, right? Because it changes all the time. So this is a very interactive class. I want you to ask questions. You will even have an opportunity to suggest poses that you want to work on. And we will break it all down, why we do it, how we do it, and the benefits from each pose that we get, so that you are, again, mindful and empowered with the knowledge of knowing what you're doing and why you're doing it on the mat. We always start our classes with a breathing technique. It kind of always brings us into the present moment, grounds us into our bodies, right? It connects us. How often during the day are we aware of our breathing? Just saying. So we spend a few moments to bring awareness to our awesome breath. At Get Set Up, we learn from each other. So having your cameras on is awesome. If you're not comfortable having your cameras on, that's fine. Again, this is a very interactive class. Whether your cameras are on or not, I see you in the box. You are all invited to always unmute yourself and ask questions as many as you want, because your question could be something that a few other learners are also wondering, or it could just help all of us learn, right? So do not be shy, ask questions. We are live streaming, so everyone say hi, live streamers. Happy Thankful Thursday. Yes, I name my days. Today's Thankful Thursday. And don't we have so much to be thankful for? Yes, we do. I'm glad you're here, live streamers, but we'd love to have you live. So next time, register and join us in real time. We do not get paid to promote any specific products. We do have Austin with us today. He is our Get Set Up TA. He will be here to answer any of your questions that you have about the website or registering for classes. Okay. So it's so nice to see everyone. Yay. Even I just get so excited seeing names. Honestly, it's very exciting for me. It's kind of like from the Brady Bunch times like 10, because there's so many more of you.
Hey, Christine,
Anyway.
I didn't get to ask, how did your getting your son off to college work for you?
Alma, you're so thoughtful. It was great. It was great. He's there. He's in 83% humidity today in Miami. God bless him. When I was there, it was 72, and that was enough for me. So
he is far away. He's on the other side of the country.
Yeah. He loves it, though. It's a great school. Yeah, he's happy there. Thank you for asking. Okay, so now it's my turn to ask questions. Hi, Phyllis. Happy you're here. Hi. Okay, so are there any injuries or medical conditions or doctor's notes, PT notes that you're kind of like, oh, I got to be careful of this today? Anything going on with your bodies? Okay. Second question. Anybody have any requests? Is there something that that you want to ground into a little bit more? Connect with that. Okay, Warrior 2. Yeah, it's always a good one. You know, I will tell you something, and I've been practicing yoga since my 20s, so 3.5 decades, right? And I've been teaching for years. I ground into poses from this class. So I just, whether it doesn't matter your relationship, how many years you've been doing it, this is a very empowering class for being on your mat. Okay, so we got Warrior 2. Anyone else? Come on, throw some poses at me. I just love it. I love it when I get poses and I got to do them.
How about tree pose?
Tree pose. Oh, balancing. Yeah. Deborah, no, balancing is so important. Awesome. All right, my friends, let's start in a breath technique. So I'm shutting my door. I have a house full of people today. All right. We will come into Sukhasana. We often start class in Sukhasana. So Sukhasana is easy pose, but it's not always so easy. So you can lift, you can sit on a block or a pillow or a blanket to elevate your glutes, to take pressure off those hip flexors, right? If your knees hang out up here, you can support them any way you need to. Sukhasana, easy pose. We want to take the pressure off of the hip flexors. So do whatever, support your body however you need to take the pressure off the hip flexors, right? If those knees are hanging out up here and we're here for 2 minutes breathing, that's a lot of it. That's intense on the hip flexors. So please adjust. Your ankles can be on top of one another, or they can be stacked in front of one another, your preference. Move the fleshy parts away from the sits bones. Oh, I have a disclosure. For those of you who are new, I have been teaching since March of 2020, and I have a big screen TV. So my camera's here, but if you see me looking up, it's just so that I can see all of you better. So we want to keep you safe. So the TA, Austin just spotlit me, and that's fine for now. But when we get moving, I will go back to gallery and you can spotlight me on your device. And if anybody has any questions about that, they can ask Austin. It's easy. There's like 3 little dots in the corner of my box, and you can just push and it'll say spotlight, and you push that, and then that's all you will see on your screen. So here, let's press the palms down, kind of ground. Let's ground a little bit more. It's my favorite thing. I love doing this. We do this every class. So it kind of looks like I'm sitting up, right? Like it's not bad. But I want us to really imagine us like building blocks. We're stacking one vertebra on top of each other. Like act like you can count your vertebra. And just see that tallness that happens. And then roll the shoulders back and down. It's subtle, but powerful. And then here, I want you to do a double chin back. Don't worry, no one will take photos. Do a double chin back so that the neck is more in line with the spine. Your chin is parallel to the mat. And then on your next inhale, energetically lift the head off the neck gently, creating more space between the ears and the shoulders. And then when you exhale, maintain that height, but let the shoulders roll back and down. Can you all feel that? And then at the bottom of each exhale, as well as letting the shoulders roll back and down, draw the navel into the spine a little bit, engaging, completing that exhale fully, and warming up the core in a very gentle, subtle way. So here we will gently close the eyes as well as the lips, and then begin connecting to the ujjayi breath. It's a breath technique I use so often in class. Nostril breathing. And then just really start to slow and deepen your breath until you can feel your lungs, that inhale where you feel your lungs fully expanded. So the rib cage comes out, the belly rises, and then you very slowly lengthen your exhale through the nostrils. Sometimes to help us ground into a breath technique, it helps to count. It helps to count the inhale to 5 or 6, whatever it is, and then exhale it out with a longer count than what your inhale was by 2 or 3. Sometimes that helps us ground into our breath, and it helps quiet our minds. Each inhale, grow a little taller. Each exhale, roll the shoulders back and down. Take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Exhale it out to the mouth. Gently blink open your eyes. How do you feel? I mean, that was just like a minute, 2 minutes of a breath. Feels good, right? I invite you to do that as many times during the day as you think of it. All right, my friends, here we'll draw those knees in, uncross the ankles, scoop up those knees, sit up tall, do a little tuck of that forehead to protect the neck, and rock side to side, right? Taking pressure off of our hip flexors, stretching out the lower backs, and getting our hips, getting some stretching into those hips. And pause in stillness. Extend those legs long and shake them out. Give them a nice shake. You can wave your feet. And then reverse the crossing of your legs. And if you forgot, don't worry, I do it all the time. Cross the ankles or have them one in front of the other. We will have the palms on the knees, sitting up nice and tall, rolling the shoulders down, engage your core, close, heightening it up, right? Pulling those strings. On each exhale, they're pulling it a little tighter. Imagine that your whole waist is shrinking. All right. It was me. It's I just wanted full disclosure. I'm having internet issues today. So if it pops me out, If you're in a pose that's compromising, just come into mountain pose and I will be back when Wi-Fi allows me to. So here we sit up tall. We're going to work our waist, warm it up, getting ready, right? Getting some lubrication in our hip joints. Lean to the left and then lean to the right and to the left and to the right and to the left and to the right. And then this time when you come to the left, tuck your chin gently and begin to draw the body down, cross it through the center, and then lift yourself up through center and down. So here, you have a gentle tuck of the chin to protect the neck, but do not allow the neck to just hang, right? And all of the poses we do, we're always taking care of our cervical spine. The next time you find yourself upright, pause, grow tall, take that inhale, lift the head off the neck, roll the shoulders down at the exhale. Inhale again. And when you exhale, shift the body to the right and begin to draw tiny circles. So your circles can be as big or small as your body needs. I want you to close your eyes though, unless you get dizzy, because sometimes we do. But whether you close your eyes or not, I want you to be acutely aware of the opposite glute, possibly lifting off the mat. How are your knees feeling? How does your core feel? What's going on with your lower back? Body awareness. And the next time you find yourself upright, take your time getting there. We never want to stop ourselves midstream. We pause. Take a nice deep inhale, grow tall. Exhale, draw those knees in, scoop them up, sit up tall, gentle tuck of that chin and rock side to side. All right, my friends, let's get into tabletop and just work out all those cues. I know it sounds like, oh, tabletop, what's the big deal? Oh, so much can happen in tabletop, so much goodness. And if we're not in good form, we can tweak our shoulders and our elbows and our wrists so easily here and our necks. So here are the cues. Your wrist creases are directly under or a little bit in front of your shoulders, right? The more in front they are, the less you decrease the angle, right? So depending on your shoulder health. Your fingertips are spread, right? Your fingers are spread. Your wrist creases are parallel to the mat. So check that out. Parallel. So your wrist crease would make the number 1 and the mat crease makes the number 1. Press between your thumb and your index finger and then rotate those inner elbows forward. Do you feel the stability in your shoulders? It's very exciting. Okay, your knees are underneath your hips or a little bit behind. We never want the knees to be under your belly, right? That shrinks our torso. We're tweaking our back and really no good can come of it. Okay, do a double chin, draw that neck in line with the spine. The crown of your head is reaching to the front of the room. Here is tabletop. Those elbows stay rotated forward. Engage your biceps. Shrink your waist. Can you see how active tabletop can be? On your next inhale, you will slowly drop the belly, lift the tailbone, begin to lift the heart and the gaze just a little bit, coming into cow pose. Keep those elbows rotated forward. I don't know about your elbows, but if I'm not mindful, my elbows will want to bend out to the side. And then I'm compromising my wrist, elbow, and shoulder joints. Take a nice deep inhale in cow pose. And when you exhale, begin to tuck your tailbone nice and slow. Begin to scoop out that belly. This is a core, right? Core here. Tuck your chin, dome the shoulders, cat pose. Again, pressing between the thumbs and the index finger, rotating the inner elbows forward, stretching out that back. Take an inhale, slowly move through tabletop and find your way to cow. That's a whole inhale. Exhale, begin to tuck the tailbone, Hollow out that belly, draw that belly button in. And then inhale through tabletop into cow. One last time, we come into cats. Exhale so slowly, tucking the tailbone, hollowing out the belly, slowly tucking the chin, doming the shoulders. Pause here. Press up, long, strong arms, doming the shoulders a little bit more. Take an inhale. Exhale, have the big toes touch, and slowly come into child's pose, dropping your glutes to your heels. So maybe they reach, maybe your glutes reach the heels, maybe they don't. It's okay. Drop your elbows and then roll your wrists and gently shift the hips side to side. So here we're giving our wrist creases, our wrists a little love, right? That was a lot of pressure on them. We ask a lot of our wrists every day, all day, so we give them love. Reverse the circles. We sway side to side, releasing the lower back, and again, bringing lubrication to our hip joints. So pause in stillness, find your active child's pose, extend the arms overhead. And same thing, you press between the thumb and the index finger. You rotate those arms in, right? The elbows come in, and then you push the, what are they? Your shoulders. You push your shoulders back away from the ears. So maybe your forehead comes to the mat. Maybe it doesn't. Just make sure you have a gentle tuck of your chin. And just close your eyes and breathe here. Engage your core. Engage your core like we were doing sitting up, like you have a corset on. On each exhale, draw the navel in, shrink your waist on and between your thighs. Such good stuff right there. On your next inhale, we meet back into tabletop. Pausing here, finding that technique, rotating those inner elbows, pressing between the thumb and the index finger. Engage your core, draw the neck in. Everybody I see looks amazing. Take a nice deep inhale. And then exhale, put the glutes back on the heels and just sit up, because I want to demo one thing for you, because I don't want you in tabletop looking over at me, tweaking your neck, right? So from tabletop, or stay in tabletop, we're going to come up to down dog, and then we will go through a couple things. If you have questions, you just unmute yourself and ask me. I will literally bring my computer down on the mat with me, and we can work things out. Okay, here's our tabletop. We will, to come into down dog, it's the same position. The fingers, the elbows in, you tuck the toes. And when you exhale, you lift the knees, draw the glutes up, and you push the chest close to your thighs. You relax the neck, right? Always. Now, if this is too much for your shoulders and it takes a lot of arm strength to hold us up here, if you're not there, that's okay. You just stay in tabletop. And everything we do here, like when I say in down dog, lift your right leg. That's what it looks like. Or here, wherever you go, right? You lift. If you're in down dog, you just lift the right leg here like this. When I say lift the right leg and then exhale, bend that right knee, come into cheetah pose. This is cheetah pose. The knee is bent underneath. It's like a cat in a plank pose. Your chin is tucked, right? If you're in tabletop and I say cheetah pose, you bend that right knee, you hollow the belly, right? You're still getting the core work without compromising your body, right? So those are the modifications for those two things. Now, if you're in tabletop and I say bring the right foot between the hands, or in down dog, you're here, and then you just draw your right leg out and you will grab onto the calf and just bring it between the hands. Okay, like that, whatever. And if you're in down dog, this is what it looks like. And you'll be here and you'll put your foot down and you'll just bring it up, because it took me decades. It did decades for me to be able enough. And if it doesn't happen, maybe your hamstrings aren't long enough or your torso's right. There's stops us from things. Okay, that's going to get into forward. Anyone have exhale into down, pedal it out. If you stay in tabletop, you just shift the hips. From here, we will inhale that right leg high. Exhale, sheet of chin, making an exhale, right foot in the hands. Awesome. They keep your back flat and long. Your neck is in line with the other. I was just texting Austin to tell you to drop your left knee. All right, my friends, where are we? Okay. So from here, your right leg is in front. You take an inhale and then you'll exhale the left leg to meet the right. And then gently rock side to side. Shake your head, yes. Shake your head, no. Okay, by doing this, can you feel all your hamstrings? You have 3 of them. Can you feel them all stretching out? And pause in stillness. Take a nice deep inhale, find your half lifts. Oh, half lifts. We got to love it. Back is flat, shoulders. It's kind of like in a Sukhasana when your back is flat, bring your neck in line with the spine. Draw your core in. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Let's have your big toes touch space between the heels. We will bend the knees. Engage your quads and your inner thighs. When you inhale, you keep your back flat and you rise. Nice and slow. The knees are the last to straighten. Exhale, prayer hands to heart center. You might say to me, Christina, why aren't we just rolling up? Like people will say 1 vertebra at a time, right? I don't ever do that in class because we could have a herniated disc and not know it, right? So by using our core and our quads to lift us up, we're protecting our back and we're protecting our cervical spine, right? So that's why we do that. All right. So here we are in our mountain pose. Big toes are touching, space between the heels. And just kind of shimmy around. You can close your eyes, kind of shimmy around and then distribute your weight evenly across all 4 corners of your feet. I want you to feel that. And then bring your tailbone towards the mat. So you're not overarching in the back. Palms are forward. Activate the quads. Activate the inner thighs. The magic. That's a magic spot. Inner thighs. And then engage the core, draw the navel in, have a soft bend in those knees. I know here is a time where we could lock out our knees, but we don't. We have a soft bend in them. We're shrink the waist like we have a core set on. Neck is in line with the spine and just lift the head energetically off the neck. Exhale the shoulders back and down. Can you feel that lengthening, creating space between each vertebra? So healthy, right? Because more nutrients and good stuff flows, right? Blood flow. We're creating space in our internal organs. We're strengthening our pelvic floor, our inner thighs, everything in this very subtle, gentle way, yet impactful. Take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Exhale it out the mouth. All right. So far we have covered Sukhasana, tabletop, cat and cow, down dog. Geez, we got a lot in already, right? Let's go to warrior. All right, so here we are, hands on the waist, tailbones down. We'll ground into the right leg and we will step the left foot way back. When we step the left foot back, I want you to have your left heel behind your left toes. I want you to draw a line from your right heel to the left arch. And then when you bend that right knee, make sure that it is either over or behind the ankle. Never, ever does it go beyond. I think you can widen your stance. Stephanie, you can widen your stance for sure. Yes. Yep. You got it. You feel the difference? Okay. So this is another huge cue to keep you safe. Your right knee stays tracking that second toe. So that means your inner thighs have to be so engaged, right? Your tailbone's down towards the mat so you're not overarching. And then expand your arms. Gaze over the right fingertips. And just breathe here. Roll the shoulders down. Lift the crown of the head up. Nice, deep, connected breaths. We will inhale, flip that right palm. The lower body stays the same. From the torso, we begin to lift the right arm and lower the left fingertips to the back of the left hamstrings. Reach the arms up and overhead. Pausing here, I want you to bring awareness to your right knee. Did it move? Did it splay in or out? Because it could have a tendency to do that here. Take a nice deep inhale, reach that right arm. And if you have shoulder issues, you can just reach that right arm down. You're still getting that twist, that gentle stretch in the right side body. Take a nice deep inhale, reach, and exhale, slowly keeping that right knee so still. Find your warrior two. We'll do that again. Inhale, flip the palm, and slowly begin to reverse your warrior. And then exhale, warrior two. Breathing here, take an inhale. Exhale, listen to my cues. We've been doing this in class lately, so I want to do this. That was on my list of things to do today. So from here, we're going to engage the inner thighs, engage the core. When we inhale, we'll lower the left arm. We'll shift that left hip forward and pivot onto the left ball of the foot, lifting the left heel, coming into a high lunge. Awesome balancing pose. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, frame that right foot. Roll the shoulders down. Again, great place for block. See how it lifts me? Take an inhale. Exhale, left foot to meet the right. Fold. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttasana. Exhale, fold. Bend those knees. Inhale, engage the core, lift up nice and slow. And then exhale, prayer hands to heart center. Okay. Does anyone have any questions about warrior two before we go to the other side? Ingrain those cues into your brain so that when you practice by yourself, you know them and you can keep yourself safe. Okay, so did someone have a question?
Yes, it's me, Barbara.
Hi, Barbara.
I got lost. I don't know what happened. I got lost. We came up. And you were down. Okay, maybe I don't get it when you switch sides.
You got lost during what part?
When you were down, bending down. I don't. When you put the feet together.
Okay, Barbara. So we're starting in mountain pose. We'll inhale the arms up and overhead. We will exhale, bend those knees and have a forward fold. See how flat my back is? The neck is in line with the spine and we're folded. The knees have a bend. We inhale, find that nice strong half lifts. Exhale, folds, knees are bent, quads and core engage. Inhale, rise. And then exhale your hands to prayer. Half sun salutation. From here, have your hands on your waist. Ground into that left foot and bring that right foot back. Plant the right heel behind the right toes. Look at your left heel and draw a line to your right arch. And then bend that left knee. And so if you find that your knee extends beyond your ankle, widen your stance. Takes a little bit more inner thigh strength, I know. Warrior 2, awesome for inner thigh strength, pelvic floor, core, awesome. So make sure that left knee's tracking the second toe. Make sure your tailbone is reaching towards the mat so you're not overarching in the back. And draw the arms out, gazing over the left fingertips. Energetically do a double chin back and then lift the head off the neck, creating more space between the ears and the shoulders. Really bring your awareness to that left knee, tracking the second toe. Engage your inner thighs a little bit more. We're going to keep the lower part of our body so still. When we inhale, we flip the left palm. We begin to lower the right fingertips to the back of the legs, lifting the left fingertips up, coming into reverse warrior. Reaching over, or if you have shoulder issues, you just can keep your hand on your waist and just keep that opening in the left side body. Making sure that left knee, check it out. Is it stable? Breathing deeply, rolling the shoulders away from the ears. Take a nice deep inhale, reach, and then exhale. Slowly come into your warrior 2. Inhale, palm flips. Reverse that warrior, paying attention to that left knee. Breathing here. Take an inhale, and then exhale, warrior 2. Here we go, other side. We're going to ground all 4 corners of the feet into the mat. We're going to engage all the muscles in our bodies. When we take an inhale, we will slowly begin to lower the right hands. We will begin to bring the right hip forward, lifting that right heel, coming onto the ball of the right foot, coming into a high lunge. Take a nice deep inhale, and then exhale, frame that left foot. Take an inhale, and exhale the right foot to the left, forward fold, sway side to side. Shake your head yes, shake your head no, and then pause in stillness. Inhale, find that half lift, that nice flat back. And forward fold, knees are bent, inhale, rise. Yes. And exhale, prayer hands. All right, my friends. Mountain pose. Okay, here's, I don't know, I know most of you know this, but to have our feet hip distance, you just pivot the arch, the heel of one foot into the arch of the other, and that is hip distance. I don't know. When somebody taught me that, my mind blew. Because hip distance, I don't know, I think my hips are like way out here. How many people are really that connected to their body? They're like so in tuned, right? So just a little tip. Okay, here you are, hip distance. And then look at your feet. They have skis on, right? They don't make a little Y and they don't cross. So we're going to bend those knees, shake your waist a little bit, get some movement in, right? We never really want to take ourselves too serious, right? We want to have fun while we're practicing. So from here, we're going to work on tree pose. So I'm going to show you all the different options we have in tree pose. It can look so different for everybody. So here we will come onto the ball of the left foot. So we lift the heel up. I want you to notice when you lifted that heel up, did you pop a hip out? If you did, scoop it back in. I used to do that all the time. And I'd be done a tree pose and my hips would hurt. And I'd be like, why? And finally, an instructor said to me, because you pop your hip out. So we keep, that means that we have to be engaged here, right? So option to bring the heel to the inside ankle of the right ankle. The arms are down, the tailbone's down towards the mat. Because if you're overarching in the lower back, forget about it. You're going to stress out your lower back and you're never going to be able to really, truly ground and balance. Same thing if the hip is out. Look how off center we are. Woo, look how centered. I'm like a tree rooting down into the earth. So this is option 1 for tree pose. right here. If you need to hold on to something, please do. You can be here. You can draw the sole of the left foot to the inside of the right calf, to the inside of the right calf, below the knee, and keep that left knee out. You can always hold on to a piece of furniture or a wall. Option here, or option to lift the foot above the knee into the right inner thigh. So when you find whatever option works best for your body, you can blow your branches in the wind, right? We like to pretend, what kind of a tree are you? Ground the roots from all four corners of the feet into the earth, and then grow tall. The crown of the head's lifted up, and it's a windy day. You can just kind of play around. You fall out, you come back in, right? Because we are practicing. You got it, Deborah. I know you love this pose. All right. Wherever you are, bring prayer hands to heart center, and then slowly draw that left knee forward, and then drop it out. Shake it out. Give that right hip a little pat. Does anybody have any questions about tree pose before we go to the other side and all those options, right? Listen, just because you can lift your foot up above the knee doesn't mean that you should or that you have to. Honor your body every single day. Only do what works best, what feels best for you. Find your mountain pose. Bring that heel in. Let's practice. Just practice trying to see if you can get hip distance, and then check it out. Just kind of play. All right, other side, but let's just kind of shimmy around. Keep the four corners of the feet grounded. Just kind of move around. Yeah. All right, ready? Ground, mountain. Woo. Bring your awareness to that left foot, left leg, strong. Always keep a soft bend though, never lock it out. And then pivot the right heel to the inside of the left ankle, right? Yeah. And see how my left hip wants to pop out? It always does. I have to be so mindful. Woo. See how much, just play around with that just a little bit and just feel the engagement that needs to happen to be here. It's intense. This is an amazing pose for so many reasons, right? Balancing, focus, core, midline. Find a focal point 6 feet in front of you. Have the arms out, hold on to something if you need to. Option to stay here. Option to bring the sole of the right foot to the inside of the left calf. Only if you can keep that knee out. If your knee does this, then stay down here. That's fine. Again, still getting the benefits without compromising. Option to stay here, or option to lift the right sole of the foot on top of the knee to the left inner thigh. Make sure that left hip didn't pop out if you did. And then you're grounded and you are blowing your branches in a beautiful windy day. You fall out, you come back in. Smile. It's Thankful Thursday, and we all have so much to be grateful for, right? Having the time to show up for class, having the mindfulness, the dedication to our health and well-being. Courage, right? It takes courage to try different things and really challenge yourselves. And these classes, they challenge us. All right, here, take an inhale, bring prayer hands to heart center with control. Draw that right knee forward and then exhale it out. Give it a nice pat here. Woo. Can you feel the burn? I can feel the burn. All right. From here, we will be in our mountain pose and we'll work through a half sun salutation. Now, this is we're only doing one, but I'm having a block in my hand because I want to show you something. So my feet are hip distance, right? And this is so common. When we inhale the arms up and overhead, I want everybody to watch my knees. When we exhale, we bend the knees, right? And we begin to draw the arms out, nice flat back. But this often happens as we're folding, right? Or we fold and this happens. When that happens, what are we tweaking? Everything, right? The knees, the ankles, the hips, and then the back, and then the shoulders, and then the neck, right? Because we're all connected. So If you can do a forward fold without the knees bobbing out or in, great. A block is awesome because you squeeze it and it really makes you stay true, right? If you don't have a block, no big deal. I have an option. The big toes touch and a space between the heels, just a little one. And that keeps the legs together, right? You keep squeezing those inner thighs so that when you fold, the legs stay together. Okay, so find whatever option is going to work for you. We're doing one, and then we're going to get down because I can't believe it. Time flies when you're having fun. All right, here we are. I'm going to be hip distance. I'm going to challenge myself today. We'll inhale the arms up and overhead. And when we exhale, we bend the knees and begin to hinge forward. Keep your back so flat. Keep the neck in line with the spine and folds. Sway side to side. Pause in stillness. Inhale, find your half lift. Flat back, neck is in line with the spine. Take an inhale. And then exhale, fold, plant your hands, step the feet back, drop the knees, big toes touch, open the knees as much as you need, and come into child's pose. Drop your elbows and roll your wrists and gently rock the hips side to side. Nice deep breaths. Pause in stillness in that extended child's pose. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale it out the mouth. Press the palms into the mat and slowly walk the hands to the knees. Come off of your legs. Sit in Sukhasana. Bring prayer hands to heart center. Slight bow of your forehead. Thank you so much for coming to your mats today. The divine light within me truly bows in honors to the divine light within you. Namaste. All right, my friends, we worked on a lot today. So we have a couple minutes and I want to take questions and I want to talk through things. Barbara, did you find your way? Okay. Does anybody have any questions about what we did, why we did it? I know during class I talk about this during cat and cow. Hi, Barbara.
Hi. Oh, I don't know. It looked like because I exercise with Stacy like 3 days a week, and I have a bad right knee. I didn't have it replaced. I just don't want to have it replaced. But it's like I try to work sometimes through the pain. I know it's not going to pop, but it's just a mind thing. And it's like,
Did it seem like
you
it
know,
was
like,
too? Did it seem like it was too much for you, Barbara?
it did, but then I just rolled over. I just rolled over, and some of the things that I couldn't do, I just didn't do. But I don't understand, why am I still feeling stiff if you're exercising at least 3 or 4 times a week?
Well,
because I took, yeah.
our diet, I mean, you have to talk to your doctor about that, but our diet has a lot to do with how our joints feel, right? Our diet has a lot to do with that. But I think that you talk to your doctor about that. But just be mindful of what I know, that if I have a bad eating day, if I eat a lot of carbohydrates and a lot of sugar, I wake up stiff.
Okay.
Yeah, that's me. But that's me. And again, I suggest that you talk to your doctor about that. But that's that. Does anybody else find that? Does anybody feel that?
Yes. When I eat a lot of carbs and have maybe too many cakes, you know, things like that.
Yeah.
Because when I first started with my joints hurting me, I would get the shots. Then I had this wise person tell me, try the keto diet for a month and you're going to see that your joints feel better. I'm not advising anybody to do it.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
this
no,
is
no.
what-
Everybody
that-
has to talk to their doctor before they
right,
change
right,
up their diet.
right. I'm not
for
advising.
sure.
But when I started that keto, I couldn't believe it. I had no pain in my knees at all. So now when I feel something, I know that I've overdone it, with the carbs and the sweets. So
Food is
that's all I'm
medicine, right? I wish that we were
Mhm.
raised. I wish that we were raised with the idea that food, what we put into our bodies, is medicine, right? It's what fuels us. So yeah, just to have awareness of what we put into our bodies. Before anybody else have any more questions?
I have a question about stepping back into Warrior One and Warrior Two. I know you say to have in Warrior Two to have the heel lined up with the arch of your foot. In Warrior One, it's the heel to heel alignment. But I can never tell when I first step back exactly where they are with regard to each other. So I have to look down and rearrange my feet and all of that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. That's perfect. That's why I say look down. We all got to do it, right? Because did we step back and go way out? Did we cross? Like we could do all kinds of things when we step back. So that's perfect. We have to
Well,
look
do you ever
down.
get a feel for that, or do you just always have to really look down and check?
You know what? It's the same thing as, did you sleep well? Is your mind busy? Right? Sometimes I
Okay.
get it right. Sometimes I shock myself if I get it right. Sometimes I think I got it right, and sometimes I'm so off. So
Yeah.
that's why we will always take a moment to look down, right? Because it's
Okay.
yeah, whether we come into Warrior Two, because we come into it two ways, right? We can come into it from mountain pose, or we can come into it from a tabletop or a down dog, right? Bringing one foot in and then lifting ourselves up into a warrior pose. So either way, in my class, we will always take a moment to check in and make sure that our feet, because our feet are the foundation. And if our feet are off, everything's going to be off. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Everybody understand that? Alignment, form, technique. That's how we'll be able to build strength for the rest of our lives with preventing injury. All right. Any other questions? I did want to just say about cat cow, because I love cat cow. Cat cow. I mean, people get up in the morning and they do 100 cat cows, because this is all that cat cow does. There's such a long list. So I'll just give you a few. Cat cow strengthens our arms, stabilizes our shoulder girdle, right? Our neck, we're getting flexibility and mobility in our necks, in our shoulders, in our spine, and in our hips. What? That's amazing. Then wait, there's more. I know, I get so excited about cat cow because it's so amazing. Cat cow not only builds strength in the core, right? As we're hollowing out the belly, coming into cat, and then building strength in the spine when we come into our cow. It's also building strength in our internal organs so that they work more efficiently. I love that about yoga. When we are coming into a reverse warrior and we open up the side body, we're actually giving our internal organs on the side. So we're opening up one side, stretching out our internal organs, right? Giving them space. And on the other side, we're actually they're getting like a little massage, like a little wringing out, so that it's so incredibly dynamic, everything that's going on as we're doing you think, you're just doing warrior or reverse warrior, but no, your internal organs are getting a nice release, a nice stretch, a little massage. Yeah, that's just warrior, reverse warrior. So anyway, that's my little spiel about how we think we're just, flowing through, but so much internally is happening as well. Because I say this often, we only feel as good as efficiently as our internal organs are working, right? If we're off, we're not going to feel so hot. All right, I have to share my slides. It's so hard to do everything. I just could talk to you guys all day long. Okay, please share your experience with Liz at Get Set Up. And again, Susan, thank you so much for taking time to be interviewed by Liz. And there was an amazing article. If you haven't read it, please do. It's on a Get Set Up email. I teach 12 classes a week. We have amazing fitness guides. Check them all out. I love this. We give a 3-week schedule. So you can book your exercise classes for 3 weeks. And that way you're committed to them. Okay. I love this. I am doing a plank challenge. Go to Get Set Up's TikTok. I do a 50-second tutorial on how to get into a plank safely. And then you can push the share button. You can duet a plank with me and then submit it. I'm so excited about this. I don't know. It's the little things in life, right? After class, you receive notes, other classes you're interested in, and feedback, which I love. It helps me know how to best serve you as a guide while you're here with me on the mat. So thank you for your feedback. help@getsetup.io is your email. If you would like to host an interest group yourself, suggest a class you don't see on the schedule, get a recording of this class. And if there's an organization that you believe aligns with the Get Set Up mission of improving and enhancing the lives of older adults, please connect us with them at help@getsetup.io so we can continue growing our partnership and keep offering you everything you want and deserve to live your best life. All right. Anybody have any questions for Austin? All right. I am so grateful for all of you. In 30 minutes, we have strengthen and stretch with slow flow. So if you're coming back, make sure that you hydrate, and I will see you in 30 minutes, hopefully. Thank you. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Your background made me so happy. I loved it. She had little twinkle lights in the background. So pretty. Oh, what will you miss? Babette, what are you going to miss? I just saw you say you're going to miss something. I will miss
your
it.
next class.
Oh, you'll miss my next class. Okay. Oh, I will miss you in my next class, Babette. I thought it was something else. I was like, what? Thank you. Thank you all so much. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye, Matt.